Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and GDBinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left, and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate, and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
So good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to OR516 class. So Oregon has had 516 classes since we've opened. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. I want to welcome everybody that is here in person, and also for those of you who are live streaming in, this is the Oregon Campus Visitor Center. So we have 7 people that we're celebrating today. We have 4 new people who have got orientation and mobility instruction, and then 3 who have guide dogs. And let me tell you, it takes a lot to put all this together, and I'd like to take a minute to thank those people that make it possible. Yeah. The first ones I want to talk about are the puppy raisers, because honestly, the puppy raisers, if we didn't have you guys, the guide dog program would not function. We absolutely need these people who take these cute little fluffy things with that new car smell, that puppy breath, and those sharp teeth. And they transform them into these wonderful animals that are so well socialized, and they're going to go to places like Ottawa, Canada. They're going to go down into Florida. They're going to go to a smaller town in Idaho. That's our 3 people right there. So these dogs are very diverse, and they can do a lot. And that is only because the puppy raisers share their heart, their soul, and a heck of a lot of love. So how about a hand for those guys? Next, I want to talk about the donors. The donors, it doesn't matter if it's just a couple of dollars or it's a huge sum of money. It goes directly to the cause because we do not have any government funding, so all those dollars make all of this possible. And a little later we'll have a video that talks a little more about that, but without those donors we could not do it. And I want to give a special shout out to Lillian I always say her name wrong, Tremoroli. She donates a harness to every class on both campuses for the year 2025, so thank you. Next, I'd like to talk about the volunteers. They come at all hours. They help prep the food. They help do anything with the dogs in the kennel that they're able to. They help in admin. They also are helping in the gift shop and the tours after this. They're all volunteers. And I'll tell you how dedicated they are. We have a volunteer that's going to be arriving around 3 a.m. to take a couple of clients to the airport tonight. They are they're wonderful people. So how about a hand for those guys? So there's also staff, and at the front of your program it talks about all of the instructors that help make this possible. You'll meet Jamin and Jenny in a little while they introduce our clients, and then we also have Hannah who's going to be introducing our clients that didn't train on this campus but down in California. So you'll get to see them a little later. Next, I'd like to get this going with a video. The video does have closed caption. It also has an audio description, so if you hear a second voice talking, that is so everybody can be included in enjoying the video. All right, take it away, guys.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made The hard parts of blindness, not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
The struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
All right, I'd like to introduce Hannah, who's going to come up and talk about the Orientation and Mobility Program, OMI, and talk about two people that worked with them down in California. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you, Candace. As mentioned, today we are recognizing graduates from a recent Orientation and Mobility Immersion program. This is a 1 or 2 week program aimed at enhancing independent travel skills for individuals, including those who already have a GDB guide dog or are interested in qualifying for a guide dog. It serves as a crucial training opportunity for people with limited access to traditional orientation and mobility services and prepares them to partner effectively with a guide dog. Instructors for this program in California were Regina Kutches and Molly Tunks with the Lighthouse Earl Baum at the Lighthouse Earl Baum campus in Santa Rosa, California. The first client I'm going to introduce is David Hattenberg of Tuscan, Arizona. David is a recent graduate of the OMI program and returned to take advantage of advanced OMI training with a low vision exam. All costs were covered by GDB thanks to our generous donors. David shared, "The second time is a charm." He experienced public transportation for the first time and became more confident with using escalators. He could not say enough good things about GDB and feels he has improved his skills, making him more comfortable to proceed with life with independence. He felt blessed with a second chance to enjoy great hospitality and a wonderful experience. I'm going to describe a photo of David behind me. In the photo, David stands on a paved walkway along a grassy meadow with a large oak tree behind him. He is holding his long white cane and wearing a wide-brimmed hat, sunglasses, a plaid shirt, and blue jeans. The next client I'm going to introduce is Janelle Landgraf of Leavenworth, Washington. Janelle lives in a small mountain town where she works in the field of mental health. In her free time, she enjoys being out in nature and spending time with friends and family. Janelle says, "I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to participate in this program and want to thank the professional training team for sharing their knowledge and helping me build new adaptive skills." There's a photo of Janelle behind me, and in it, she walks with her white cane on a curved cement pathway. She is wearing a beige cap, a light-colored sweater, and brown pants. The background features a grassy field, blue sky, and several trees. Can we please get a round of applause for David and Janelle? Next, Jamin is going to introduce the OMI clients who received their training in Oregon.
Good afternoon, everybody. So we have 2 clients that participated in our OMI program here in Oregon. First, we have Teresa Sohn. She is a resident of Highland Village, Texas. She shares her home with her husband, and they often visit their daughter in Colorado. While there, they enjoy the outdoor lifestyle and the opportunity to explore new walking trails. Teresa has a goal of returning to partner with a guide dog. She worked with Kai Wise, who is a O&M program specialist for our program.
Thank you. Candace mentioned a few things that go into this program, and it's one thing to hear about those things, but it's an entirely different thing to be the recipient of that. It is an incredible opportunity. I'm very grateful for the chance to be giving that opportunity, and it includes every single step of the process, starting with my family who encouraged me to even kind of step out of my comfort zone to come here, with the start of the application process to everybody I talked on the phone to even get here. And then a few other people that when you come back to your room and there's clean towels and your room is straightened and the incredible food and every single thing you could want, you feel safe, and you're in a safe environment. I mentioned that it feels like a vacation just because I know we're working hard, but you become inspired, invigorated, and restored. And I just want to thank everybody that is involved in this process to make it possible, and also my classmates too. It's nice to have, to share some tips and tricks and to know some people are going through the same things you are. And I just want to say thanks for all of that. And Kai, you're a rock star. Thanks.
We have a second client who participated in this class. Amanda Cape comes from us from Fredericton, New Brunswick, where she lives with her partner Derek and 7.5-year-old Liam. She has a background in social work and enjoys reading, traveling, and spending times with friends and family. Amanda's long-term mobility goal is to graduate with her first guide dog.
Thank you, Jamin. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who supports the program and who works tirelessly to make this program a success. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to my continued progress and in the future getting a guide dog.
Thank you. And next we have instructor Jenny Powell, and she's going to introduce the rest of our class.
Thank you, Jamin. As she said, I am Jenny, and I was given the opportunity to be one of the class instructors for our guide dog clients, and I have the opportunity today to present them. So our first client that we'll have today is Michael Gotthiel of Ottawa, Ontario, and he received his second guide dog, Orson, who is a male yellow Labrador retriever raised by Josephine Eberly, Hazel Beatty, and Max Beatty of Davis, California, and Sharon Record of Merced, California. Michael is a devoted husband and father who practiced law for over 40 years. He has a lifelong commitment to advancing inclusion and ensuring that people with disabilities can fully participate in their communities and live the lives they choose. So let's welcome aboard Mr. Michael.
Thank you, Jenny, and it's just wonderful to have spent the last 2 weeks here. As Jenny said, Orson's my second guide dog. Kirby is at home with my wonderful wife and my son Isaac, who are great supports to me. I'm almost 70 years old, and Orson's just over 2 years old. So that proves that you're never too old or never too young to learn stuff, especially when you got great instructors and a great organization, great support, which is what is GDB. So I'd like to thank Jenny, who was my principal instructor, Jamin, Candace, of course the RAs, Chantal, Catherine, and Laura, keep us safe and getting to where we need to be. Of course, the kitchen staff, as Teresa said, great food, the nursing staff, everyone else behind the scenes. Of course, the volunteers and the donors who make all of this possible. So I just think, I want to especially thank Orson's puppy raisers, Joe Eberly, who's from Central California. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here with her family today, but I spoke to her yesterday, and she's as excited as I am about the match with Orson. He's a great dog, funny, and a hard worker. So thanks to Joe and her family. The last thing I want to say is that, GDB is like, it's the way the world should be, right? Everyone brings something to the table, everyone gets something in return, and just leaves just a richer human. So thank you so much.
So since Josephine wasn't able to make it, I have a letter from them, and it is, Dear Michael, we wish we could have been here to congratulate Orson and meet you in person. We are overjoyed to hear what a good boy he has been, and that he has finally found a perfect match. Orson is an only child who was socialized with another litter in his first weeks. When we picked him up, he joined our active household with 3 teenagers who were good to desensitize him to handling, and a big sister dog, Hiker, who taught him how to be polite, kind dog who plays well with others. We are so happy to hear he has a big brother in his new home. We hope Kirby plays tug. It's one of Orson's favorite games. And if you can't hear it, Michael's over here giggling. Beyond our house, Orson was socialized by a large community. He spent a lot of time in his junior high classroom where he brought joy and comfort to many. He has a lot of love to give. I hope he continues to be generous with his cuddles and affection. At school, he listened to many stories and helped students stay focused as they did their homework. He will be missed poolside. Everyone looked forward to seeing him at water polo games up and down California. He brought a smile to everyone he met. We'd like you to know that Orson has been raised by a family from Ontario with roots in Toronto and Ottawa. He understands how to be polite and respectful while getting his job done. We look forward to hearing all about his adventures with you. He's always been up for new challenges and really ready to explore new places. He loves people and toys. Sleeping through meetings is his superpower. Finally, we would like to thank Sharon Recker for finishing Orson's training. Michael, please let Orson know that we miss his giant paws and zipper nose. Orson, good luck. Take care of Michael. Best wishes from Joe, Hazel, Max, and many, many others. And behind us are two pictures. On the left one, puppy Orson lays snuggling next to a yellow lab on a gray dog bed. Both dogs look content at the camera. Right photo, Orson sits on a sunny sidewalk in front of a trim hedge and his green puppy with his green puppy jacket. The zipper mark on his furry nose is visible and he looks at the camera. All right, thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Our next guide dog client is Bruce Brosnahan, who was partnered with his second guide dog, Miss Autumn, a female black brindle Labrador retriever, lovingly raised by Ann King of Redmond, Oregon. For the past decade, Bruce has lived in Florida, where he runs a homeless shelter and food pantry. His family is eager to welcome Autumn, and Bruce is excited to begin a lasting partnership with her as they embark on their journey together.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone that's been here all for the last 2 weeks. My classmates, the RAs, the nurses, Jenny, and my wonderful instructor, Jamin. Jamin gave me a really hard time for the entire 2 weeks because I'm kind of a stubborn person. And she got to tell me how to do things correctly, and this dog has been amazing. It's my second dog, the first one I had for 10 years. And this dog is incredible. She does everything she's supposed to do. And I want to thank all the puppy raisers especially. Ann and Randy did a wonderful job with this dog, and they brought, I guess, half their town up there. And so thank you all for the gifts, and thank you very much for coming. Thank you for the donors, because I know as a fundraising person that without the donors, there is no guide dogs for the blind. But especially I want to thank my classmates who supported me and helped me through all this and didn't mind me talking incessantly during dinners and stuff like that. So thank you all very much, and I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you.
Well, we've gotten, I think, quite close. Randy and I, my husband, are just tickled that Autumn is going where she's going. She's going to lead the life. She's living in Florida. She's going to be cruising. She has a pool. So I wish I was with her, but, you know, she's got to go. But Autumn, she was just the best little puppy. All right, stop. And we're so glad we're so glad that she's going to someone that's going to be able to go out and enjoy life and take advantage of this beautiful dog and all the training she has and all she has that she has to offer. So Autumn, you did a good job. You're there, girl, and we love you. And she's got a lot of friends here that came to her graduation. So thank you.
Good egg. Thank you.
I just want to assure everybody that I had brunette straight here before working with Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce. Last and certainly not least is Mr. Joe Thompson of Moscow, Idaho, who received his first guide dog, Tofino, who is a male black Labrador retriever, who was raised by Bella and Zach of Nederland, Colorado. Now retired from a career as a technician specializing in biodiesel research at the University of Idaho. Joe is excited to explore his community with greater confidence, whether it's reaching his 10,000 daily steps, heading to yoga, or meeting friends at a local coffee shop. Joe looks forward to the many adventures ahead with Tofino by his side. Here's the mic.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Jenny, and Candace, and Jamin, everyone here. And I particularly like to thank the puppy raisers for raising a beautiful and healthy animal, and for giving him some kind of quirky nicknames like Tofi, Tofu, Tofine, and particularly an epic moniker, Tufino the Torpedo. He's great. He's a wonderful dog. Yeah, I'm glad I'm last because everyone else said it all, and the only thing I could really add to it would be echo, echo, echo. It's all true. This place is incredibly wonderful, and as they say, dogs run on kibble and praise. And I would say the GBD runs on love and kindness. They're wonderful. Thank you.
So yeah, Zach and I raised Tofino. He was our second guide dog puppy that we've raised. Definitely the easiest one that we've raised so far. He, like Joe said, had a lot of nicknames we had a lot of fun with. The first thing I want to do is thank, we didn't raise Tofino by ourselves. He started off with a couple in our club in Boulder, Colorado, named Kyra and Richard. So thank you, Kyra and Richard, for also helping with Tofino, and he was a baby pup. I think he was your 15th dog or something. I wrote some things down this time because last time I couldn't say many things, and I was up on the stage with our first dog without crying, so just bear with me for a second. So yeah, we're incredibly happy for Tofino and Joe. And honestly, we're not surprised at all that Tofino is graduating today as a guide dog. He graduated a lot faster than our first one, probably twice as fast. For day one, we knew he was something special. He was truly born for this role, so you're very lucky, Joe. So is Tofino. Tofino has been the most easygoing dog we've ever had the joy of raising. He's super calm. You've probably noticed. Very sensitive, very affectionate, and very gentle, almost cat-like in this quiet, observant nature of his. Even as a little pup, he stood out among the other guide dogs. Whenever someone complimented us on how well behaved he was, I'd smile and just say he was born like this. Even when they complimented on how cute and handsome he was, everyone would stop me on the street, in the coffee shop, and tell me that he was the most good-looking black lab they've ever seen. And I just would say, I know. I'm not going to say thank you. It's not because of me. We always believed Tofino was destined for something important, and now seeing him step into this role just confirms that. He's not just a skilled guide, he's loyal, very loving companion. So Joe, you hit the jackpot with this one, and we're so excited to see the journey you two will share ahead. Yeah.
As Candace comes back on stage, I would just like to say to class OR516, it has been a pleasure, and can we all give them a round of applause for graduating?
Well, I have to say to the class, you don't have to listen to us anymore. 2 weeks, you guys did great. Congratulations. All right, now we're going to do a demonstration on how to teach a dog to find a bench. And we're going to start with talking about what clicker training is, because that's the form of training that we use to do this. Clicker is an audible cue, and that audible cue makes a bridge between when the dog does something correctly and when it gets rewarded.
So it marks a particular behavior, and it can be extremely precise. You can teach a dog to put a toe on a specific rock if you want to with clicker training. It is something that we use to teach them how to stop at curbs. We use it for basic obedience commands, and we use it for several other things throughout training. But let's go ahead and get started with Jamin bringing Narissa up on stage, who is a yellow lab. And she's going to do some basic obedience first. And you'll note that she's going to click when the dog does something correctly. So this dog has actually learned all these behaviors. Clicking is really a teaching tool, but we're using it as an example right now of how to mark a correct behavior. So she did a couple of sits and downs, and now she's going to get the dog closer to the bench. And she's going to get the dog's focus on her by putting a kibble in her hand and teaching the dog to touch the hand. Now she's bringing that hand closer to the bench, and she's placing her hand on the bench. When the dog does something correctly, then she's going to mark it with a click. So back there a second ago, she started with waiting to see if the dog shows any anticipation. The dog's already been taught to follow the hand to a pole or a bench or whatever, but we don't have to go through all those first steps with it. No, she wasn't. So when Jamin picks up the handle, you note that the dog goes immediately to the bench. And Jamin is rewarding that with a click. And the dog's thinking to myself, what do I do to get that magical box to click again? Well, let's try what we did last time. Find the bench. Jamin's going to go a little farther back so that bench isn't really in her face. And we're going to see if the dog realizes what it's going to do. And you can see the excitement from the dog. I mean, she's just prancing. So Jamin, do you want to take her down low? Yeah, we're going to take the dog down the steps, and we're going to approach the steps. Now the dog's been taught, using a clicker, to stop at an elevation change, like the step. Dog's pretty excited. We're going to see how that goes. The dog stopped. She rewarded it with a click. She tells the dog to go up the stairs and tells her to find the bench. There we go. So class, does this look familiar? You remember this from last Saturday? Any critique on it? All right, well. There was a lot of fun in this class, you can tell. All right, this concludes the exercise and our graduation. Thank you for those of you who joined us live stream. And for those that are here, we do have some refreshments out in the gift shop. The gift shop will be open until 3 o'clock. If you are interested in a tour, please go to the blue table in the back, and that will be set up very quickly after the graduation. Thank you all, and have a pleasant day.